Hey gang, what's good? Today, we're looking at Mass Effect Andromeda's newest patch, 1.06, and specifically how it relates to multiplayer. There's been a ton of sweeping changes. I'll have a link to the multiplayer patch notes in the description if you're so inclined. Before we go into the combat changes, let's look at a few of the other things that got added or changed. First, there's a brand new class and new weapon, the Turian Agent. This new class seems to have a kit built around sniping or sniping similar gameplay. They also added a new assault rifle. It's gold tier and has low damage along with a high automatic rate of fire. It sports a substantial clip size and spare ammo to compensate for the high fire rate. It seems like it'll play like a more high-end version of the bronze tier M8 Avenger, and honestly, it really looks like a high-end version of it as well. If you look under Prestige and at your collections, head over to the Equipments tab and you'll see a bunch of yet unreleased equipment items. We can sort of infer what they'll do. Enhanced munitions likely increases combat power damage. This is practically confirmed by the patch notes themselves. Shield Enhancer probably offers a shield increase. Assault Rifle Amp probably increases assault rifle damage. Shock Trooper Upgrade probably increases shotgun damage. And perhaps power cell capacity? Just a guess on that last part. And Revive Pack Transmitter may increase revive speed. Honestly though, I'm more likely to believe that it will instead grant maybe a free revive for each multiplayer match, or maybe make your own revives affect any other downed teammates as well. On the topic of equipment you can buy from the store, you can now buy individual Rank 2 and Rank 3 experience boosters from the store. The Rank 2 version, which is a 50% boost, costs 10 mission funds, and the Rank 3 version, which is a 75% boost, costs 15 mission funds. Pretty pricey, but worth it if you've got plenty of extra mission funds. You tend to get a lot if you use the Strike Team mobile app regularly. Personally, I'd recommend keeping 100 to 150 mission funds on hand for whenever new equipment items become available for purchase. Speaking of strike teams, in single player, you'll also be able to use a Claim All button to get all of your strike team loot boxes at once, rather than opening them individually. Thank God for that. Now, let's get to the balance changes. Like I said earlier, there's a link to the patch notes in the description. Let's quickly look at the general changes and noteworthy ones. First and foremost, nearly all power damage in the game has been increased by 25 to 35%. They even increased the returns you get from investing in passives that also increase power damage. This was extremely needed because of how worthless many power-focused classes felt on gold difficulty. I'm pretty sure only the Asari Adept actually felt satisfying to play with a power build. Anyways, while we're still on the topic, they also massively cranked up the damage power combos deal. Apparently, there was a bug that gave them incorrect base damage. Either way, it's a welcome change. In line with these power damage increases and combo damage increases, the equipment items that increased our power damage were also buffed to double what they used to be. Unlike most of the changes, there were 3 nerfs, 2 of which were the only character class changes that happened this time around. The Asari Adept and the Krogan Vanguard both had their base shields reduced. Many enemies were also rebalanced in 1.06. Nearly all of the Ket had either their health or shields lowered. They also made the Ket Fiend attempt sync attacks less often, but they're still working to address issues with how erratic their movement can sometimes appear, especially in games with mediocre or worse ping. For the Outlaw faction, most of the enemies were buffed up. Notably, Outlaw sharpshooters will take less time to fire shots and take aim more frequently, but they'll also do slightly less damage. Also, the Hydra Mech received several buffs to make it more of a threat on the battlefield. Perhaps the only nerf to the Outlaw faction this time around is to the Krogan Berserker, who now has less armor and is supposedly easier to fight from cover. The Remnant faction actually didn't receive any changes with 1.06. Finally, moving on to weapons, nearly all weapons received some level of damage increase. According to BioWare, they like how fast and fluid bronze matches can feel, so they wanted to increase weapon damage to keep some of that feeling in higher difficulties. Just one weapon received strictly a nerf this time around. It was the ever-popular Vanquisher sniper rifle. Now, Redditor Powder Tech actually compiled a very helpful spreadsheet, showing off the percentage changes to all weapons with the new patch. I really recommend giving it a look. I'll have a link to it below in the description. It's way more useful to keep in mind than the direct damage numbers, unless you're crunching the numbers for whatever reason. Anyways, all in all, I think these are pretty great changes across the board. I think we'll still have issues with certain weapons, powers, or classes feeling more optimal than others, but I do think the vast majority of them will feel viable in gold difficulty, and I think that's probably the most important thing of all. Naturally, I'll be updating my now outdated guide videos to the character classes just as well. Also, check out my single-player Insanity difficulty playthrough if you're into that sort of thing. Thanks for watching. Peace.